Hi, Cancer. Welcome. So, Cancer, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to start with the spiritual messages and then we're going to go into the you versus them love reading. My readings are timeless, so I just trust that whenever you find this, that's when it's for you. So, let's get into it and see. You have the card of the 11th house, could be connecting with Aquarius energy and or have that in your chart and or just maybe the influencing vibes. The 11th house to me is kind of a quirky energy, but it's about friendships. It's about group creativity. It's also about humanity, hope, faith. There's a little bit of a rebellious nature to this card, a little bit of edginess. So you might be feeling that yourself or you might be attracting that. So let's get into it and see. You have the card of ripeness and the card of new vision and courage. So I love this. Very positive cards coming out for you. This to me is about things ripening, quite literally. Things really, okay, coming to, hold on a second. I'm sorry. I got the word transgressions. I just have to put that out there. I don't know what that means. That's not what this card is about, but maybe something about that will come up. What I was going to say is that this is usually a card of growth, things coming to fruition, things developing, right? And interestingly enough, you have new vision here. And then the card of courage. So some of you, quite literally, what is ripening is a new vision that you have for yourself that may take a little bit of courage in order for you to go towards it, whether that be a goal that you have or a move that you want to make or, you know, something you want to do in a relationship. It'll be different for each of you, but I do see something new on the horizon. And the 11th house is very future oriented energy. It is also like kind of testing the waters. It's, yeah, trying something new, quite literally, on the horizon for you. So let's see what else we have coming through for you, Cancer, and go a little bit deeper for my Cancers. Oh, sorry. Oh, I didn't mean to yawn, but my bad. It was like a little bit, I don't know. Like it's a little cloudy out today, and I just kind of felt like sleeping all day for the most part. I don't know if you can relate to that. Like I feel like energetically too, a bit exhausted. I knew I wanted to do your reading today though, so it was important for me to sit down and vibe with you, Cancer. I also promised one of my followers that I would get to Cancer earlier in the month this year. Earlier in the month this round. So here I am, honoring my promise. All right, so 6 of Pentacles, King of Wands, Queen of Wands. So this is very positive energy as well. It's a very active, self-starting, motivated type of vibe. The 6 of Pentacles is all about giving and receiving. It also talks about payouts as well as finances, okay? And then you have the 4 of Wands, which is about union, stability, family. So there might be, you know, things on your plate that you need to pay attention to as far as your finances go, Cancer, which is not always the case if we're an adult, but there might also be opportunities, though, for cash flow to come in, not just go out. But it's all about having that kind of go-getter type of mindset. It's about getting out there. It's about taking action. It's also about inspiration and following your inspiration and your creativity. This could also highlight friends and family and your support network showing up for you, Cancer. And you know, I know you're a water sign, but you're showing up in the energy as quite fiery, quite motivated. So some of you might actually quite literally have fire in your chart, but take it as it's resonating. So, or connecting with the fire sign. Let's see what else. Judgment card. The 5 of Cups. the Three of Wands, Six of Cups, and the Temperance card. So it's interesting because with all of these possibilities coming through and all of this like motivating self-start energy coming through, I also feel a drag on the energy, and kind of what I was talking to you guys about earlier, that I was feeling kind of like this, just like sleepy almost, or need a break, need a day off type of energy. So it's all about balance, Cancer, and not pushing yourself beyond what you have the energy for as well, right? Sometimes this card talks about exhaustion, but it could also talk about getting down on yourself, quite literally. This is the card of Judgment and the card of kind of being down in the dumps. So, but I feel this is self-induced. I feel like this is kind of like you being your own worst enemy, or being hard on yourself, maybe not liking yourself very much, or, you know, just those things that our brain does when it's exhausted. Like, I feel like when, and I'm going to relate this to me, but I think you can relate. Like, when I am feeling at my best, right, I always feel good about myself at the same time, right? But like, say I overdo it and then I'm groggy and I just don't have the energy. Like, usually when I'm really physically depleted, I also find that my mind tends to like want to go to a more negative space, like, you know, why aren't you doing more? You should have done this different, you know? But it's kind of that 1-2 punch of physical and mental exhaustion. And it's hard to tell, by the way, which one comes first. But actually, physical exhaustion begins in the mind. It's a product of not paying attention to where you've been giving your thought, and giving your thought too often to a place of lack, or a place of worry, concern, fear, you know, things of that nature, right? That create the physical feeling of exhaustion. So it actually feels like you're thinking those thoughts because you're not feeling well, but you're actually not feeling well because you're thinking those thoughts. You know, it's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg, you know? Like that type of stuff. But with the Three of Wands here, I feel like there's an opportunity to move out of that energy or move past that. But the Six of Cups is here as well, which is the past, which is nostalgia, it's your memories. It's paired with the Temperance card, which you can see this person is trying to stay in control of their emotions, right? To not make frivolous or impulsive decisions. So I feel that there's a lot of things weighing on you, and there could even be some back and forth going on. There could be something from the past as well that weighs on you, that you're trying to move past from. But the good news is that when you have the 11th house as the overall energy, this is like the final push, or the push in the right direction, right? And maybe it does take a little bit of courage, Cancer, but I feel like you have a new vision here. It is the right timing. It's just about kind of getting that balance within yourself before you make any steps forward. So let's see what the guidance is for my Cancers. Card number 17. By default, I could have attracted unwanted relationships. Many of the relationships or experiences you have attracted, you would not have deliberately attracted if you had been doing it on purpose. But much of your attraction is not done by deliberate intent, but rather by default. It is important to understand that you get what you think about, whether you want it or not. And chronic thoughts about unwanted things invite or ask for a matching experience. The law of attraction will make it so. Ooh, very interesting, Cancer. Okay, well, intriguing start to the reading. We're going to go deeper into the you versus them love reading. So I'm going to clean my cards up and I'll be right back. Stay right there. I'll be back in just a second. Welcome back. All right, Cancer. Now we're going to go into the you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind that it's a general reading, so the roles can be reversed. Feel free to flip it if you need to. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And yeah, let's get into it. You have the card of traveling, which I think is really interesting because I was literally talking about in the spiritual reading having some sort of new experiences on the horizon for you or available to you during this time frame. And here you have the card of traveling as your crowning card. And this person has the card of courage and the mental illness card. Now, does that mean this person literally has a mental illness? No. Although, if it applies, take it. I mean, and there's no shame in that either. But it could also represent that there's a gap here in this person's perception of the connection or you versus the reality, right? Sometimes this could be very elusive or like a delusional type of energy, or just simply not seeing things eye to eye, okay? And then they have the card of courage as well, so needing some courage to maybe bridge that gap. So let's get a little bit further into it and see, Cancer, what else we have coming through for you. I'm going to look at the recent past. Then I'm going to look at how you both perceive each other in the now. How you're both feeling and most likely outcomes. So, recent past for Cancer. And I have to say, I've had this song in my head literally since the beginning of the reading, okay? And so I don't remember the girl's name. It literally is a new release song. It's Teddy Swims, and I don't remember the girl that sings it, but she says, because I have no mercy, because I have no mercy. You don't deserve me, because that shit was dirty. Go look up that song. I do love that song. But I cannot get it out of my head, so take it or leave it. It could just be because it's in my head, but I feel like it has some sort of relevance for a lot of you. Okay, so 10 of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. This is showing up in the recent past. So this is like that heaviness, that feeling of responsibility, of like the world and the weight of the world on your shoulders. But it can also talk about hard work and dedication, right? Especially when it's paired with these two, which is about growth opportunities, an increase in growth opportunities or finances. So some of you, this literally could be that your hard work is paying off and that it's opening up more doorways for you to pursue your goals or make more money, etc. And I got kind of similar messages in the spiritual reading. But since this is about this person, it could also mean that maybe you really struggled or worked really hard to try and grow the connection or grow the commitment within the connection in the past. So let's see then this person's recent past. The Hangman, the Queen of Wands, and the Sun card. So Cancer, this person, the Hangman to me is all about enlightenment and getting a new perspective. The Queen of Wands is like a fiery, playful, creative energy. And then the Sun card is like happiness, in my opinion. So I feel like this person, through a change in their perception or a change in the way they were seeing themselves or the connection, may have found a way to literally find their happiness, or, you know, or we're trying to look at things at minimum in a positive light. I feel a lot of hopefulness in this energy, you know, a lot of excitement. So that's kind of the perspective that they were seeing things through in the past, okay? So let's see how you both perceive each other in the now. How does Cancer think about this person? What do they think about this person in the now? Ooh, quite different than in the past, I feel. Or at least for this moment in time, right? So this is the Knight of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Five of Wands. This is like, to me, stagnancy, things not really going anywhere. You know, you can see this person is just kind of sitting there. This is also a sense of like reevaluating one's commitment or one's decision, right? The Hermit is Virgo energy, some of you connecting to that. Others of you, this is just kind of like the reevaluation is real. Like, you're really going within, you're really thinking about things. Is this worth the fight? Is this worth the struggle? Because there does seem to be tension here. There does seem to be a struggle present, at least in this moment when you're thinking about the connection, and just really needing to go within to maybe like solidify things for yourself or figure out where this is going. Is it going anywhere? You know? Let's see how this person thinks of you in the now. What do they think of the connection in the now? Oh my gosh, the same exact card. They feel the struggle is real, is what I'm feeling. No way. If I get all three of the same cards, I'm going to fall off this chair. Okay, I didn't. I'm secure in the chair. But like, I got two of the same. So you had the Knight of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. Okay. And then they also had the Knight of Pentacle and the Five of Wands. So kind of similar energy where, you know, this person, there's a struggle here on their end as well. And I don't know if it's a struggle that you each individually are going through or if it's with each other. But I definitely got the words, the struggle is real. And, you know, it's definitely slowed things down as far as like the progression of the connection. Even though I feel like this person is wanting to go towards like building together, working together, you know, or at least establishing that within their own life, a sense of camaraderie almost. But there's confusion here, and I feel like this person really doesn't know what to choose, what to think, like how to go about something, which I think is, again, stalling or slowing down the connection, if you will. So let's go into the heart space. How are you feeling underneath it all? There's that song again. Because I have no mercy. And the Five of Swords came out while I said that. Get out of town. Get out of town. I don't even care if I'm extra right now. This is the card of no mercy. As I'm literally singing that song. Like, what the heck? I don't even care if I sound and look crazy. Like, tarot is magical, in my opinion. And it just never ceases to amaze me. But yeah, that's that song. Because I have no mercy. What does she say? What are the actual lyrics? I have no mercy. You don't deserve me. Because that shit was dirty. What's going on here? One more. Yeah, so there could have been something like that going on because the Five of Swords is no mercy. Having no mercy. And the Moon is here, so, and the Two of Swords. So this is kind of a brutal energy, right? Whether you're on the receiving end of that or the giving end, I can't tell that, but I'm sure you know which one you're on. But it's brutal, you know, just like that song said, because that ish was dirty, you know, like a brutal type of feeling. This is showing up in the emotional space. The Moon to me could be a sense of deep feelings, but it could also be overwhelming, especially with the Two of Wands, which is like this uncertainty, like what is happening, what is going on here. She can't see what's coming for her, but she's guarded. You know, so it's kind of a fearful type of energy, which we are never our most brutal than when we're fearful. It's just a survival, you know, response. Even if we're not necessarily like fighting for our survival, but you get it. Like when we're hurt, when we're in fear, we do tend to be harsher and more brutal than when we feel safe, when we feel love, when we feel comfort. So I'm getting a sense of like, if you feel unsafe or you have a lot of fear around the connection or insecurity around this person, you know, it could be quite brutal in the way you think or speak to them or the way they are towards you. Yeah, what is going on here? What is going on? And you might be feeling that same way. Like, what? But to see the King of Wands to me looks like I know what's going on. The King of Wands says, you don't deserve me. This is showing up in your heart space. So this is you. This may be quite literally you thinking, feeling, or saying, you don't deserve me. Yeah, I was going to say brutal, but you know what? I can understand that. I think we've all been in a space like that before. I mean, come on. Let's see. Let's go into this person's heart space. How are they feeling at this moment towards the connection? Four of Swords. Really? Seven of Pentacles. So either this person is unaware of how you're feeling, completely oblivious, or they're ignoring it. One of the two. Because the Four of Swords is like being at peace, not letting anything bother you. Seven of Pentacles is like staying in your own lane, you know, focusing on what's in front of them. The Six of Cups is a sense of memory or nostalgia, but it doesn't seem to be bothering this person. Like, I feel bothersome energy over here, and over here, I don't quite feel that intensity. All right, but they do have the Tower, so let's see what that's about. Yeah, but this is like I don't want to say it's a facade, but it's like a protective wall that they've put up. This could be somebody who detaches as a way of coping. Could be an Aquarius, but doesn't have to be. But it's kind of similar to that vibe where they put their blinders on, or they like live in a bubble, you know, like not literally, but you know, like shutting down may be a way that this person copes with their emotion, and it works for them. I mean, you may not like it, and probably you hate it, I think, but it works for them. That's kind of brutal, right? Like, I don't even know what to say about this. The other way I could read this, though, okay, so that's the majority. The other way I could read this, if I had to read it a different way, is that this person is trying to keep themselves busy, because if they think too much about like something or about the past, it destabilizes them. So let's go into most likely outcomes then, Cancer. Which of course can be changed with free will. I'm just giving you a snapshot of what's likely. Six of Wands, King of Pentacles. So this is a lot about owning your worth more than it is about this other person or anything outside of you. Because, you know, life is an emotional journey, and the manifestations are real. The taste, touch, and feel is real, don't get me wrong. But everything you're experiencing, if you really boil it down, is in the emotions. It's all about how you feel. Your whole entire life is an emotional journey. So as much as we want to make it about outside circumstances and outside people and lovers and all of this, that's a part of it, but that's not the purpose of it. The purpose of it is to understand yourself, how you're a creator, how your emotions and your thoughts matter, and what you can do about that. So this is about more so your deservedness, your worth, your sense of self-worth. you know, and bringing that to the forefront. It's not so much about like, why is this person doing this or why are they doing that? Why are you allowing it? Why aren't you doing something different? You know what I mean? This sounds like tough love, and I promise it's not. I love you so much, all of you. But you get what I mean. Like, I've personally been in situations where I've been done dirty, like that song had said, and spent countless nights, hours, weeks, months, I don't even want to admit how long, like dwelling on like this person, what they did, how they should be different, you know, how wrong, in the wrongness of it. And it took me a long time to realize that my power really wasn't in that. In fact, that was disempowering me. It was literally causing me to deteriorate. But when I turned the dial and I said, well, wait a second. How do I feel about this? Why am I allowing this? What can I do different in the future, right? To feel better about myself. You know, I turned it inward and made it about myself and not the other person. And that's where all my power was the whole time anyways. Because you can't control other people. You can only control that of which is yourself. So it was about loving myself, believing in myself, knowing my own worth. Not about that person validating that for me, but me validating that for me. And I feel like that's where Spirit wants you to go. That's where your power is going to come from, Cancer, in that self-validation. I know my worth. I know what I stand for. I know I have choices, and I know I am free to make those choices, with or without anyone else. And I also feel that that's kind of the space that you're getting ready to go into. And also, you do have choices. You sure do. You sure do. Go back to the spiritual reading. I talked about it there. So let's see this person's most likely outcome. 10 of Pentacles. The Hierophant. The Three of Swords. You know, and I don't want to villainize either party, okay? It's not about that either. This person is not the villain and you the victim, or vice versa. You know, that of which is likened to itself shall be drawn, which means that everybody plays an equal part into their story, including who they invite into their story. Okay? But I will say that this person does struggle with their mental well-being. Not making excuses, just saying that I can see that clearly here. And the struggle is real. All right? They have things that they have yet to heal within themselves. And it stems from their past. But it also stems from their own insecurities and fears. I feel like this person wants to do the right thing and they want to have a good foundation and stability in their life. But they get caught up on things that are frivolous in nature. I don't know, I'm getting the word like even petty, like petty things, as opposed to like big picture outcomes, you know? So I don't know if this person is like in the weeds, or it's like where they get stuck in the weeds sometimes. But I feel they don't always have the big picture in mind, where I actually feel, Cancer, you do. And that might be where some of your frustration is coming from. And the frustration is real, I feel. But I do feel like you're getting some answers and some clarity that's helping you to make a decision here by the end of this time frame. And this person is, they're being led as well. But I feel like sometimes this person has a hard time listening to their own intuition or listening to their own guidance. They do want and crave stability. There's a stubbornness here, or like a closed off energy around them. But things are going to transpire and move forward for them as well. I was going to say in the direction of, but then I lost where, what, I couldn't hear that. I couldn't pick up the other word. Like this person is moving in the direction of their highest good, but they have some healing to do yet on their own journey. So let's see what the advice is. Well, for Cancer. Card number 50. By my attention to things, I am making choices. What people do not understand is that you do not choose something by looking at it and shouting, yes, I would like some of that. You make your choices by your attention to things. In this universe that is based on attraction, when you look at an unwanted thing, your attention to it will cause an activation of the vibration within you, and then the law of attraction will bring more like it into your experience. Pay attention to what you're giving focus to. And that's exactly what the spiritual reading was about as well. So it's just kind of reiterating that. Wow. Very interesting reading. I'm going to leave it there for now, though. Zodiac signs you might be connecting with or have in your own chart. I have Aquarius, Cancer. Could be done with another Cancer. Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Pisces, Virgo. Those are the predominant signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any future content. Find me on Facebook for more fun stuff. All of it linked below and in the About section. Otherwise, wishing you the very, very best. And until next time, my friends, namaste.